question for you is from section 2. Using Strong's definition, give 2 Old Testament examples that illustrate the use of the charismatic as it relates to transfer, sign, and vocational influences.
So first I'm going to explain what Strong's means by charismatic. So he means that God's gift of his Spirit to his servants, either individually or collectively, is to anoint, empower, or inspire them for divine service. Now, Strong's gives various Old Testament examples that illustrate the use of the charismatic as it relates to these motifs, which include transfer, sign, and vocation. So first I'm going to explain what each of these means. So transfer, we see in Israel's history that the transfer of leadership is often accompanied by the transfer of the gift of the Spirit, and so they go hand in hand. Second, we see that the gift of the Spirit to Israel's leaders often has an experiential dimension, to serve as a sign to confirm God's call on them. And third, we see that not only is this charismatic activity experiential, but it's also functional, in that it bestows specific skills that are appropriate for the vocational call to leadership and service. So the first Old Testament example here of transfer we see between Moses and the 70 elders. So Moses cries out to the Lord saying that he can't carry the burden for all of the people. It is too heavy. And so the Lord promises Moses that he's going to take the Spirit that has been upon him and also put it upon them so that they can share carrying that burden together. And so therefore it is transferred from Moses to the 70 elders. The second example, the Old Testament example, is sign. And so for this one, it is Saul's anointing. And Samuel tells Saul that he is going to see 3 signs. So first, he's going to see that at Rachel's tomb, the lost donkeys, have been found. Second, at Bethel, he's going to see loaves of bread. And third, he is going to prophesy. And so there's a special emphasis on the third one, which is to prophesy, because this not only is experiential for Saul, and it is showing him that God is going to be with him, but it also publicly demonstrates that Saul is the Lord's anointed. And the third Old Testament example of vocation is between Joshua and Moses. So Joshua is Moses' successor, and so when he comes into leadership, the gift of wisdom is given to him so that he can fulfill his call to lead the Israel people into the promised land. And so that gift is bestowed to him. That specific skill is given to him so that he can fulfill his call.
So while I was getting all this information, I saw a pattern in this because all of these are Old Testament leaders. And so it seems as though the gift of the Spirit and that last point of vocation applies to each one of them because they were each vocationally called to lead the Israelites. And so I think we can all agree that in order, like with the first Old Testament example, you need leadership to go hand in hand with the gift of the Spirit.
Yeah, the only thing that's really good, Jonita, the only thing that stuck out to me that I had some questions about was that all of these examples, Old Testament examples, apply to people who were in the spotlight and who were leaders and who were kings and whatnot. But how does this apply then to people today who maybe aren't in positions that are in the spotlight? So, for example, a landscaper or a plumber. How does that then translate to them? That was my only concern or question that was raised through that.
Good. So basically, we've learned that Strong's understanding is that these charismatic motifs, which are transfer, sign, and vocation, are describe the gift of the Spirit of God to His people for divine service, to which we have all agreed. So it's for divine service.